Hi, it's redfangninja. I want to thank Chris116AZ for helping me out figuring out how to work my webcam. I couldn't figure it out before. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm just going to teach you guys, well, I'm going to draw and I want you guys to observe how I'm going to draw a, what do you call it? A wolf with wings, I believe is what most people will call it these days. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to start off with like a spinal system. This is going to be my general layout for it. And this is going to be the line I'm going to follow for everything. He's kind of pulling his foot up here in the back. His other foot. His other foot's going to be still touching the ground. Here's where my floor is going to be. This is going to be on takeoff. I hope you guys can see everything here. I'm going to readjust my camera. I'm having problems still. I'm still learning this out, so bear with me. His front paws are kind of hanging. And here's where how his wings are going to be. Here's the basic thing where the wings are. Comes around like that. Sorry, I've covered the screen. Stick it like that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna give it some definition. Give it some depth. What I'm drawing now is its rib cage, because if it was moving, it would like some air, I'm sure. It's gonna come over like this. Now, he is an anime wolf, so his tail isn't really realistic. Not that realistic, if you can see it. I have his hind leg where it's still visible back here. And basically, this one's here, so this one's coming down. Kind of like that. Now, parts of this foot here, his leg is going to disappear when I go back through. But this is the basic thing here. And see, like I said, some of them is going to disappear because he's pulling up his leg in front. So, but it's better to draw the back leg first, because then you have the basic. That's where his foot is, and it can't overlap. There's his leg. Erase that part there, so you can tell which one's in the front. Now, if you noticed, what I noticed is it's a little out of proportion, which means the ground's not as, well, it looks fine on the screen, so I'll leave it. What I'm going to come in here now and do is I'm going to give him shoulder. And like I said, he's just an anime wolf, so he doesn't look very realistic. And his paw is going to come down, so his arm, there's a crease here where it's bending. Do that, and we're going to give him a paw. I'm not doing any detail just yet, I'm just marking everything in. And so now I'll put this back leg in here. I'm still playing music, usually am. According to my screen, it's really loud, but it's barely audible here, so something's up. Just means my microphone's really good. I drew his head and his neck, because he needs those. And then his nose. I'm going to draw his mouth open. He's going to be happy. Taken off. Draw him like that. Now his wing. There's his shoulder blade. It's going to come off of his shoulder blade. And it's going to follow this line here. And kind of, there's the top of his wing. That side. And over here. Alright, I'm going to go in and I'm going to erase my insert lines. So I'm going to grab my eraser. I'm using a high polymer eraser, if you can see that there. It's probably best to use a pink eraser for these, but I don't have any, so I need to go back to the store. You can really use any eraser or pencil for this. It's up to you. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to erase these extra lines in here. Now I'm going to have to go back through with my pencil and erase some of the lines that are too small for my big eraser to get. And that's okay if you do that. My camera's shaking the table. And I'd change my music, but I don't want to interrupt my video, so. And come in, fix his paw here, this one. Get the lines I couldn't get with my eraser. I'm actually going to fix his tail, because I mean I've got it perfect here, but his legs are coming off a little more, like that. Give him some muscle. Alright, he needs a bigger chest and stomach, and you can always go back and fix it. It's always easy to do unless you're doing it in pen, which I highly don't approve of. You can go back over with pen later. But if you screw up with a pen, then you have to waste paper, which is killing trees. But there's my basic. I'm going to come over and fix my tail a bit. It's a little narrower first, and then it gets bigger. Give his tail a little bit of fur, because his tail's not going to just be some straight lines. You can do his fur however you want. I'm doing it like this because I thought it looked cool. And it won't when I erase my lines. So I'm going to come through and I'm going to erase my lines so you can see what I drew. Just like that. Alright, now I'm going to draw in his paw parts. Here's part of his foot. He's going to need it. And there's some claws here. You can faintly see them. There's a crease here. And that's where you can see the bone because there's not going to be very much muscle there. And here's the line for a muscle. You can draw your muscle however you want. I'm not very familiar with drawing muscles, so. The inside of your wolf is going to have a dew claw. And it's going to come along like this. It's basically just access claw here. It actually is very helpful and there is a purpose for it. In fact, wolves actually use that for a second defense when they get bit. They can actually, it's a bone that they control. Just like their legs, they can move their legs so they can move their dew claw. They've got it on the front and back, and it's always on the inside of a wolf's leg. I have one of my paws back here kind of hidden so you can't see it. Can't really see it there. And that is okay. I don't quite like this, so I'm going to erase it. Give him some ears. His ears are going to flop back a bit. Put his ear there. Let's see, let's fix this. Push it that way. My mouse is on my screen and looking up. Basically I'm going to come in with some feathering. My friend says I draw kind of sloppy, but it's because I use a certain type of technique called feathering. And what I do is I do this when it's all messy, but it actually does help your drawing improve. And so we do that. Your feathers are going to get bigger as you go down. I mean, don't start, you have a little feather, couple feathers in through here, and then you'll have a bigger one. And as you get further down, you're going to have more layers of feathers. I just kind of do the feather layering as I go. It'll be like that. I'm kind of doing my feathers here. If I end up singing, please ignore me. I have that habit. I've done it before, and people tell me I sing real great, but I'm a huge scaredy cat when it comes to singing in front of people, and I'm willing to admit that. If you see I'm overlapping my wolf, and that's actually okay. His wings are going to do that from time to time. Now, this is a mythical type of thing. It's not real. Basically, I'm just going to do this. I'd speed up my video, but I'm going off of what I'm recording it, so I can't do that. Haven't figured that much out about YouTube just yet, so... You see his feather does this. It's got a little feather over there. I'm listening to Eminem. If you're not allowed to listen to it, I'm sorry. Just what happens to you playing on iTunes. Got my feathers there. Now I'm going to come in. And there's lines in my feathers that are part of the wolf. And I'm going to erase those. And my camera's shaking again, and I'm sorry. My table's not very sturdy. Working on it, actually. I'm going to try to update more often. Get on the computer a little more often and do this. I'm currently working actually on a book that I'm going to make an anime series out of. Called A Wolf's Journey. So if you're interested, I'll be drawing off of it all. You see some of my work. In fact, this is where I learned how to do all my work. Is off of... I watch other people's drawings, and I watch other people who teach others how to draw these, and I'm amazed at what some of these people can come up with, but I learned from watching them. I've got a strong memory. So, I'm gonna just draw this here. You're going to see all of the back wing over here, just like this, and it's going to have feathers coming down over here. Just like that. I'm going to come back over here, back over to his ear, just move it over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over, like that.